Hey guys, some stupid sketch show guy here, and today I would like to start a review series, and why not start it with a figure I showed you guys today with that skit, and I also decided to do a review for it. Never in my life have I heard so much hate for one dinosaur figure, and after seeing it in person, I completely understand why. It's especially aggravating that this came from Schleich. Schleich is so much better than this. There's the Herrerasaurus. These two dinosaurs are from the same company, and yet their quality is yet so different. I just think it baffles me that Schleich would make such stupid mistakes while making a figure of the Acro. When it comes to the color scheme, I think that's actually the best thing about this figure. And even then, the main base color, the tan, it's incredibly bland and unmemorable looking. The only thing that makes it okay is the blue spine running down the Acro's back, which is actually one of the few unique things about this figure that would definitely make it look more like an Acrocanthosaurus, because everything else about this figure, in posture, in look, it just looks like an outdated, generic megalosaur figure. The only thing that's slightly acro looking is the blue spine. And that's really disappointing. And of course, the thing that people hate the most about this figure is the posture. And just look at this thing. This looks like the figure version of that Charles Knight painting. You know what it looks like. I think you can see the resemblance in the posture. It looks like a kangaroo and a lizard had a baby. And this is especially annoying because this is a very modern figure. This thing is not even 5 years old at the time I uploaded this video. And that's incredibly disappointing. Even figures that are over 20 years older than this Schleich Acro have more accurate posture than this piece of garbage. I know it sounds like such a small thing that the posture is all wrong, but seriously, this looks like a well-detailed Chinosaur from the 80s or the 90s, not a 2010s Schleich figure. It's just super disappointing. And also, there's this articulated jaw, but it barely opens. Now, Schleich definitely does have a history of having articulated jaws, but not really using them correctly. The Schleich Dilophosaurus has the similar, it barely even opens, but at least that has some good colorings to go along with it. But yet, I feel like Schleich Dilophosaurus actually has similar problems to Schleich Acro, because it is the same sort of inaccurate posture as Schleich Acro, but at least the colors are on its side. Schleich Acro has pretty bland colors, so that's why it's worse than the Schleich Dilophosaur. And, it's not like Schleich doesn't know about dinosaur posture. They do. And I mean, the posture of the Herrerasaurus, again, I'll use the Herrerasaurus, is, correct. I mean, I think it's standing correctly. But then they just fart out this terrible posture. And also what makes this worse is that everything good about this figure is done better by other Acrocanthosauruses, particularly the Papo version. The articulated jaw barely opens, Papo. No more words to explain that. The color scheme, mostly bland but with some good coloring. Papo Acrocanthosaurus, solid, awesome tiger striping all the way throughout the entire figure, just consistently good coloring. It doesn't just have that very bright blue spine and that bland tan color. This thing is consistently good looking in color, Pappo's Acro. And detail, now, on paper, the scaling, like, you can see some detail in the skin, but when you flip it over, the detail is absolutely awful. Like, just look at this. It looks like they fused a bunch of spaghetti together and then called it the belly. It looks absolutely awful, and I can't stand to look at the bottom. It almost makes me want to puke. And then there's the Pappo Acro, which has a well-detailed, well-done belly that's consistent with the rest of the body. Like, everything about this figure is done better by the Pappo version. So yeah, there's no reason to buy this figure. I don't even know why I bought this figure. It was probably because I could just make a bunch of videos about how much I hate it, and also because I could brutally kill it in Dinosaur Archipelago, Season 2. So yeah, but even with that, I almost regret it. So yeah, in review, this is probably the worst figure of the 2010s ever. Yeah, pretty harsh. The worst figure from the 2010s ever. But I think I have a few good reasons. Everything good about this figure is done better by the Pappo Acrocanthosaurus, particularly the 2017 version. And yeah, don't buy this figure. It's a waste of money. See you guys next time.